Alrighty, this morning we're going to show you how we make gravy and biscuits. And Laken's got her lard heating up here, and tell them how you do your grease here, Laken.
Well, I'll just spoon some out, and you don't want to get it like hot, you just kind of want it to melt, so you can add it to your flour and your buttermilk. And you just try to have around about a half a cup of lard. You can also use oil, or some people use shortening, but I like melted lard. That's what my mom used, and that's how we do it.
Yep, so we're going to go ahead and get our bowl out and show you how we mix these up. Alrighty, now Laken's going to mix up these biscuits. So tell them what you're going to do, Laken.
Alright, we use Hudson Cream self-rising flour. That's our favorite.
Yep, that's the best we found.
That's what my mama used, and
my grandma used, my mom used.
Yes, and that's what we love. So all of our recipes, we do very simple southern recipes that don't include a lot of ingredients, because honestly back in the day they didn't really have a lot, so they just used what they had. And when it came to biscuits, you just needed some flour, some milk, which we like buttermilk,
and some grease,
and some kind of grease, some kind of shortening lard. And most times they had lard because they killed hogs and they'd render the fat. So that's how we do it. And so I'll show you what I'll do. I just put my flour in the bowl.
How much flour do you use?
I do about 2 cups of flour, roundabout. I don't always measure, but for this instance, to show you, I will. But so I use 2 cups of flour.
Shake your buttermilk.
And shake your buttermilk up, because it does separate. But this is
good country style buttermilk.
Yeah, we like that kind.
It's got all the fat in it. It ain't reduced fat in it.
No. So, and then it's about 3/4 cup of buttermilk, but I usually add more, and I add it at the end because I can just tell by the consistency once I get to stirring it up. So I stir that in a little bit, and then I'm going to go over here and get my lard that I had melted. You don't want your
You don't want it hot. You just want it warm enough to melt.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is about, I'll show you, it's about a half a cup. And you see it's not hot, it's not boiling, it's just melted. So I'm going to add that to it. And this is going to make the prettiest little biscuits you ever seen. Now my mom likes to roll her biscuits out. She pats them with flour, and she really likes to make them like pretty little balls. Let him look outside, Kiki.
Finley's wanting to look outside.
Let him go see if you guys can see the chickens. Can you see the chickens, Finn? So I just add a little bit more like that on top, because I just don't feel like that's enough. And still, I think it needs a little bit more, just a little dash. Finley's a happy boy now. He's getting to look at his chickens. So I think that looks about good. Kind of like that. Alright. Now I'll show you what my next step is.
Alrighty. Laken's got her dough over here by her iron skillet.
And to what what I do to make it a little bit quicker instead of rolling them out and flouring them and making them like into little balls is I just take a little measuring cup, and quicker I can get it in the oven for my kiddos, the better. And by the way, once you, like at the beginning when you start melting your lard and stuff, go ahead and preheat your oven.
Yep, 425.
For 425. That way they're, as soon as you get them whipped up, they're ready to go straight into the oven. But
yeah, some people.
I don't want them to look. I mean, no.
We don't care if they're pretty or
no,
not.
No, we don't care.
My great grandma rolls hers out on the floured board and then takes a cup and cuts them. But we don't have to have them the same size. We ain't worried about it.
Nah.
They taste good, and that's all that matters.
I call these a drop biscuit. You can also do your dumplings like this, instead of rolling your dumplings out. These are going to be so good. Kids love them. You kind of let them stick together too like that. And it keeps your sides off from getting crispy. Alright.
Alright, them's going to go in the oven for how long, like?
About 20 to 25 minutes.
On 425?
Yep. Just keep an eye on them about 20 minutes, and then you can judge by the tops if they look golden or not.
We'll be right back. Alright, Laken's going to put her biscuits in the oven. And she puts them on the middle rack. Right?
Yes, on the middle rack. And then I'm going to time them for about 20 minutes and check them.
Alright, now she's going to show you how she makes her gravy. Now, what kind of grease do you use in gravy, like?
Lard.
And if you have bacon grease,
yeah,
or
you
if you cook sausage or ham.
You can make breakfast gravy with about anything. You can fry up bologna, that's delicious. You can fry up sausage, bacon,
any
ham.
kind of meat grease.
Yeah.
You can make gravy.
But this morning we just got regular old lard, and I've got it heated up. Now this is hot. This isn't like what we put in our biscuits, just melted.
Yeah, this is pretty
hot. This is hot and ready to do some browning to this flour here.
How much flour are you putting in there?
I don't know. Like,
probably
this is about 2 tablespoons of lard, and then when you start to sprinkle in your flour, you just kind of put a little bit in there, and you'll want it to, you don't want too much flour and you don't want too much lard, so you want it to be to where it will kind of ball up. And then,
and we like good brown gravy.
yes, we love it. My mom said that her dad, when he taught her to make gravy, she'd always say, is it ready for the milk? Is it ready for the milk? It's brown. He'd say, no, 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 leave it on there. Browner the better. So, you don't want to burn it, but you want it to brown up.
You got to keep it moving.
Yeah. But, you want it to brown up and get like a nutty flavor almost. It's going to be delicious. But that looks about right, and I think the technical term for this is a roux, but it's just like any kind of grease and flour, and we also use the Hudson Cream self-rising flour for this too. And you just kind of put it in there, and I like to use this whisk because that'll make sure you don't get lumpy gravy. This will make her silky smooth.
You can make squirrel gravy, any kind of meat you got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we make squirrel gravy. And now if you're going to make gravy like off a pot roast or something, there's a little bit different technique. You actually combine your flour and milk together at first, and then you use your drippings or your stock that comes off your meat. And like turkey gravy, you take your drippings from your turkey and put them into a pot, and then in a separate bowl you'd mix your flour and milk.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
And then once your stock heats up, then you add your flour and milk mixture, which I guess would be your roux, into the stock. And that's kind of a different gravy, but this is a traditional
Just breakfast gravy.
breakfast gravy, simple ingredients, and you want to make sure you salt and pepper it at this point.
Yeah, it ain't real good if you don't salt and pepper.
You want to salt it pretty liberally, and we like a pretty good lot of pepper in our brown gravy too. So, turn the heat up a little bit. I keep the heat between a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, on electric stove.
And this is kind of what you want your...
Yep, that's about the thickness you want.
The
right
thickness you want it. And just let her do her thing there.
Yep.
Okay, we got a lot going on now. You can see underneath this we're starting to get some brown color. And it's smelling good. You can smell like a nutty flavor or aroma coming from it. And now that's about the color our gravy ends up once we put the milk in. But we want this to be a little bit darker. So you just stay with it and keep on stirring.
And this gravy and biscuits was a good way back in the old days that these people in Appalachia could feed a whole lot of kids real cheap, because you just took a little grease and flour, and this gravy's good and thick and it'll stick to your ribs.
Alright. Now, my mom might say to get a little bit darker. I don't know, she'll probably watch this and say, now I would have let that brown a little bit more, but this is about where we like it. And now I'm going to add the milk. And the thing here, you want to keep on stirring if you don't want lumps.
And Laken adds a little at a time.
Yep, add a little bit at a time and keep on stirring. And you can see just a little tiny bit of that flour and a little bit of grease. It's going to really...
It goes a long way.
Yeah, turn into quite a bit of gravy. Keep on stirring. And once you add your milk in here, it ain't going to stick either. And so now that's thick. We like ours thinner and creamier. I'll add some more milk. I may need some more milk out of the fridge. Finley is wild this morning. Alright, we're about there. Now your arm might get a little bit tired, but don't quit stirring. If you don't want lumpy gravy, don't quit stirring. Yeah, that's looking good. And I like it a little bit thinner. And then, once it sits here on the heat a minute or two, it'll thicken up because you want it to cook a minute.
Get it a little thinner than what you want it.
Yeah, get it a little tiny bit thinner than what you actually want it. And then, once it sits here on the heat a minute or two, it'll thicken up some more. So, let's test that and see. So that's pretty thin right there. Now, once it sits here, it's going to be just perfect. Alright, we're going to let it come back to a boil now and do its thing.
Alright, the biscuits should be done.
I'm going to brown them a little bit. I'm going to turn the broiler on, but I think they look done. The sides look nice and golden, but I'm just going to toast the tops just a little bit.
Alrighty, Laken got the biscuits out, and they're just nice and a little brown on the top, just how we like them. And then we're going to get this all plated up and get ready to eat.
And the gravy's good and thick now. You can see.
Yep, the
You want it to be
real
about like this when you spoon it off. Look. That looks pretty good right there. And the biscuits should be nice and golden on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. Alright, let's put it on a plate. They're really popping hot right now. You can see how fluffy they are on the inside. I kind of like the rustic look of the biscuit with the top's not so perfect.
Yeah, we don't care that if they ain't nice and round and flat, because they taste amazing.
And this gravy looks silky smooth.
Finger looking good. Just need you a big cup of milk or a big thing of black coffee.
Now my mom, she usually fries sausage up, and then she'll take the sausage drippings too and pour some black coffee in it and
Make that good red eye gravy.
make good red eye gravy to go on top of it. But that's
what you got right there.
your finish looks like.
That's your big Appalachian biscuit and gravy. Now
Yep.
you just need to fly in and eat it.
Nothing fancy, just good tasting food.
So
Simple.
from the kitchen of Fluty Homestead, we're signing out. Hope this helps y'all, and have a good day, and God bless.
Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this family. Let this food be nourishing to our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.